I'm so mad, rock stars. I was up there just talking my butt off, and I wasn't even recording. Thought I was recording a video. I mean, it was good too. I hate when that happens. Hello, rock stars. My name is Roxanne. This channel is called My Rocky Life. So welcome and welcome back. Um, I was that other video I was doing was so good. I had said so many right things. It was witty, it was funny, and I wasn't even recording, man. I just my rocky life, boy. Anyway, I'm coming to update those who know. If you know, you know, right? If you don't know, you're slow. Let me dip your french fry down in the ketchup real quick, get you caught up. Get it ketchup caught up. Um on my tapering journey. Tapering from 7-OH, hydroxymitragynine. Now, I decided to taper versus going cold turkey, okay? Because I can't go cold turkey. I mean, I could if I was forced to, but I don't have to. Because I have enough supply left for me to be able to taper for at least probably, 3 weeks to a month. So I guess by the time a month is up, by the end of January, I better be cured. Or else, you know, I'm gonna have to cold turkey it. Um, I've been tapering for about 2 weeks. Okay, I don't see the sense in going cold turkey. I'm not about to put myself through the suffering. I'm just not. If I ain't got to, I'm not. I cannot do it. I'm too weak for that. Okay, and I ain't too proud or ashamed to admit that I'm weak soul. I'm a weak soul. That's why I need the Spirit of Christ to come in and strengthen me, to strengthen me. So um, I feel blessed to be able to have enough to taper, like I said, for at least the next 3 weeks to a month. I was up to like 65 times 3 milligrams a day, sometimes a little bit more than that because I used to do the 80s too. So I would do 380s sometime. Um, so what? 3 times 80 is 240 milligrams. 65 times 3 is what? 60 times 3 is 180. Then add the 5, 180, 195. So I say I was somewhere. I usually didn't do more than 250 milligrams a day, but I was in the 200s. Um, and now I'm down to 100 at the most, 100 milligrams a day. I've been tapering for the last 2 weeks. Okay. Um, I went cold turkey before when I kicked the methadone habit, and methadone was my baby. I was in love with me some methadone. Do you hear me? It ain't no better feeling than getting high for that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell no tale. But yeah, they done banned it in my state. They done banned 7-OH. I can't get my hands on methadone unless I go through the clinic or whatnot. Um, you have to get up every day to go get dosed early in the morning, and that's a lot. That's a lot to keep up with every day. Whew, so right now I'm just continuing to taper. How do I feel? I feel okay. I'm trying to get myself. I am getting myself mentally prepared. Like I'm trying to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Get my mind right. I can't help it that depression continues to seep in. I can't help it that depression is just sitting outside my door like a lost puppy trying to get back in the house, or a puppy you don't put out is trying to get back in. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, I didn't ask to be like this. I guess it's genetic, or, I really don't know why this is happening to me. I've been battling depression since I was a kid. Only it was easier to deal with when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have all the worries on top of it that I have today. Being depressed as a kid is way easier than being depressed as an adult. Because as an adult, I have, these added responsibilities. I have children of my own now and grandchildren of my own. Oh, grandchildren and people I feel like I need to look out for. And, being an adult is tough even if you ain't depressed. So imagine, some of you don't have to imagine because you in the same boat with me, being depressed as an adult. And what's so funny, people always say, "What you got to be depressed for?" And some people who think that I'm like physically attractive, they'll be like, "Why you depressed? You pretty or you beautiful. You don't have to be depressed." Or they feel like, from how they see it, they feel like you got a good life. They feel like, you shouldn't be depressed. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, that if you don't understand it, you just don't understand. But don't tell me that I ain't got no reason to be depressed because I am depressed. I am depressed. I am almost critically depressed, okay? To where I can barely move. I can barely go outside. I can barely do anything. Like, I barely can move around in my own house. I have upstairs and downstairs. I got one, two, three, like four rooms in here. I have the kitchen, and the kitchen, the living room, and four additional rooms, two bathrooms, and I can barely move throughout this house. I barely, want to go upstairs. Like, so that's how depressed I am. I don't like to go outside and take the garbage out. I hate to even open the door to check the mail. I get overwhelmed. So, it's on. I guess I'm basically disabled right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental disability. But we're gonna talk about. I'm just gonna talk about it because when I was younger, the way I used to escape, find some way to escape. I used to dive into being creative, writing stories, writing skits, writing plays, taking two boom boxes together, doing my background noise and my front ground noise or whatever you call it, and making plays and stuff and letting my friends listen. I used to have friends. A lot of friends that I hung around and I would entertain them, making them laugh helped me feel better. Entertaining them helped me feel better. Going out and partying with my friends or going outside to play. Like having boyfriends that I used to talk to on the phone. Telephone love. You sound so sweet on the line. Talking to guys on the phone. But now I don't even talk on the phone at all. Like I get anxiety. I feel anxiety and depression. But I still can, like I'm starting to get hot right now just doing this YouTube video. I don't know why that happens. Like I start getting hot, I start feeling anxious. Like it's not really a good place to be in. But at least I am. I know I got a taper off 708. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was getting high with the 708, like that would take away the depression, and I was able to move and function better. But I trust God. I'm a Christian. I go through the way of Christ, and I really feel like I'm gonna be all right in the end. I feel like I'm gonna be all right, because like I said, I kicked the methadone habit before cold turkey, and it took about 3 months. It was really hard, It was very painful also. But I don't want to put myself through that type of suffering again. The way I got back addicted to a drug is working around people who, well, it wasn't a lot of them, but it was just like one guy in particular. I felt drawn to for some reason, and he didn't even like me at first, like, or either he did like me, and that's why he was acting like he didn't like me. But he wound up introducing me to Kratom. Making a long story short, he used to share with me, what I'm saying, before I knew what it was, and I didn't want to let him, know that I was liking it as much as I had because I had told him about my testimony, and at the job I had told other people about my testimony, how I felt like Christ had helped me kick the habit of methadone. So, I didn't want to people to feel like Christ had failed me, like, I didn't want them to feel like I was backsliding. And actually, that's actually what was happening because I thought that I was cured. It was a time where I thought that I would never be addicted to a drug similar to methadone again. But I don't know. I mean, I guess once you're an addict, you're always an addict, even though you could be a sober addict, I guess. I'm figuring this stuff out. I'm 52 years old, if you didn't know. I had a birthday in November, so I feel pretty young to be in my 50s, both like emotionally, physically, and mentally. I feel really young. So I guess I call it immaturity. I guess I'm immature. Um, and I tell things on this channel that I don't tell people in my real life. Um, I tell things on this channel. I got another channel that I don't expose on the other channel. This is the channel that I really expose things about myself, secrets. This is my rocky life, and I don't know what else to do, but to speak on a platform. Like I said, when I was younger, my outlet was being creative. You know what I'm saying? So now that's what YouTube was originally designed for, was creators, right? For people to express their creativity, to share what they want to share with the world. It's also kind of therapeutic. Like, I need an outlet. I really need an outlet. I was seeing a doctor regularly, and I'm called to. I'm waiting on them to call me back to make an appointment to get back into the doctor because I hadn't been in like a month. So I want to get back in there, get me a therapist, and get back into drug rehab so that I could get help. Um, tapering and so trying to kick this nasty little habit. I was really, really out of control, and blowing my money. Like, that's the main thing, the money issue. I don't want to keep blowing my money because I like to play the stock market. I got a family I like to take care of. I could be investing my money in other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cheap person anyway, so if I could just kick this habit, I can manage my money so much better. Right now, I'm not working. I'm on a fixed income because I care for my grandchildren. So I get government assistance to take care of them. So I'm not working right now. I can't work right now, to be honest, because I can barely go outside. My grandmother had a phobia that she didn't ever really go outside of her house. She would have anxiety attacks if she couldn't go outside of her house. And I never thought that I would be facing the day where I seem like I've developed the same phobia. I had another phobia, emetophobia, which is the fear of throwing up, the fear of being sick to the stomach, which I thought was the goofiest and silliest phobia ever. And I was ashamed to tell anybody I had that phobia because I was thinking like they would just look at me like I was crazy, which I probably am. But I was cured from emetophobia because I started getting really sick to my stomach. I started throwing up, like, which I hadn't threw up at first in 30 years. But I started developing this condition around 46, 47 years old, where ever so often, maybe about twice a year, maybe twice a year, sometimes three times a year, I'll get violently ill and I'll just throw up all day. Like, it lasts for about 24 hours, just throwing up like every hour. And so, I mean, I had to get rid of emetophobia if I'm gonna be getting sick like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know when the next time I'll be sick. Last time I was sick was maybe like 2.5 months ago, and it's really not a good feeling. But at least I don't have emetophobia anymore. I still have like this extra squeamishness about it, but it's not overwhelming me like it used to. But whew, I was getting hot. But yeah, I just want to update y'all, and I gave a little extra information in this video for anybody who may be new to my channel, and give y'all a little backstory about myself. Um, I'm doing okay, y'all. Just trying to mentally strengthen myself for the day when I don't have no more supply. You gotta do what you gotta do in this life, right? You gotta face what you gotta face. So, uh, I'm still very grateful that that I know that the band is here and I got the supply. I really needed the band to happen, to be honest. I needed the band to happen. I feel like this is God. I feel like it's God. If I, would I rather just have more money and there not been a band and been able to afford more 7 O's and just kept popping them, like just kept going and getting high? Yes. But I know that's not what best for me. What you want isn't always what you need. I didn't want the band. I don't want to kick the habit. But I have to. What I need is the band, and what I need is to kick the habit. Okay, because otherwise it just wasn't gonna end well. This was gonna be a repetitive cycle that kept me down, and my family don't deserve that. My innocent. I look at my grandchildren and I adore them and love them so much, and they deserve so much more. Even though my children are grown, they deserve so much more out of me. So I'm gonna continue to pray for myself, and I feel like others have prayed for me. And the prayer is what I'm clinging to. You know, I believe in spirit. I believe in the magic of Christ and the power, because I've had miraculous healings that I can't explain, that are just like a phenomenon, like supernatural. So I do believe in like magic, like real live magic, um, by way of Christ. And I'm just updating y'all. That's what it is as of now. If you want to join my channel and hear more about my journey, go ahead and hit your subscribe button, baby. I'm opening up, start well not opening up, but I'm starting another channel on TikTok. I'm gonna start my third channel on YouTube, which is gonna also be the channel that I have on TikTok, where I'm going to become a character. I'm gonna, that's what I used to do when I was little. I used to become characters and do skits and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna tap back into that. I do a little bit of skits and becoming a character that somebody I'm imitating on my other channel that I have. Um, and those videos seem to do really well, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So, you know, you just gotta find other ways to have fun, to feel good, to escape. And if I become another character, I'm escaping my own life, right? Because sometimes your own life is just too much to deal with. I'm not ashamed to say it, especially not on this channel. Not on this channel. I ain't ashamed to say it on this channel. But anyway, y'all, I'm done with the update for this video. I just thought I'd touch base since I got a couple people out there on this channel that's really looking out for me and really want to hear from me and really want to update on how I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm down to like 100 mgs of 70H. I'm still depressed, but I'm hanging in there. Okay, I'm hanging in there. And there's sometimes there are certain periods throughout the day that I actually feel pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I do feel like there's a role that I have to play. That is a spiritual role. Uh, a spiritual role. I do believe myself to be a prophet, high priest, like an apostle, um, things of that nature. because I do have prophetic things. I am prophetic. Like I can't know just anything, but there are things that I get to know that I know, and it's not anything I asked to know. It's just what God wants me to know, and I believe that I'm going to be here for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. I'm going to be alive on this earth. So, hey, like I said, I guess that's why I feel so young. I feel really young. And when I was taking 708s, I wasn't taking it for pain, not physical, because my body is fine. There's nothing wrong with my body physically. I don't have pain. Um, like, I don't have creaks and aches. I used to, but I don't now. Because, like I said, I got like a new body. In like 2019, right before COVID hit, I got a new body. And this body feels young and it feels good and healthy, but it's just like my mind is not matching up to it right now. And for a while it was. But then when I fell back, like I don't know what happened. Like around 2024, I fell back into this emotional and mental. So I believe that there's a reason, and I'm being tried and tested, and in the end, it's gonna be for the greater good. But I'm just going off the flow right now. I can only do what I could do. It's like I'm watching a movie. I know it's gonna end good, but I just don't know how it's gonna play out. But in any event, I'm still trusting Christ. As of today, I'm still trusting Christ, y'all. So anyway, like I said, that's all I got for y'all in this video. Um, so y'all take care of yourselves the best that you can. The best that you can. Like you can only do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Take it one moment at a time, y'all. And yeah, yeah. So alrighty, I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Alrighty. I love y'all. Hurry up and bye.